Hi everyone, hope everyone is learning every day. So today I came up with a very interesting topic, that is talent acquisition. It is very important because nowadays you must be hearing in every organization, in HR department there is one more operations called talent acquisition. So I got many requests, like because I have one of the shorts as well on talent acquisition, and there I got they want to they want to have a detailed session on talent acquisition, because it is one of the leading job opportunity which we are seeing in HR operations. And this is also one of the topic for the students who are doing masters. So that is the reason I have came up with the new session on the talent acquisition. Today we'll learn about what talent acquisition is, what all people do in talent acquisition. Yeah. So we'll see the agenda of talent acquisition, like what all things we are going to cover under this session is what talent acquisition, the importance of talent acquisition. So I'll take a short name of talent acquisition, that is TA. So you must be hearing from many people like I'm working as a TA or I am working in a TA department. So it is nothing but the talent acquisition. So yeah, the third topic is talent acquisition vs recruitment. Um, Fourth one is key component of talent acquisition, workflow spanning, sourcing and attraction strategies, selection and interviewing process, hiring and onboarding process, retention and development process. So these all things we are going to cover under this session. Now let us see like what talent acquisition is. So it is the process of identifying, attracting, recruiting and hiring the best candidate for the jobs. The objective is to build a high quality and sustainable workforce. The difference between talent acquisition and recruitment is talent acquisition is more strategic and long term focus compared to recruitment, wherein the recruitment is the short term and role specific hiring. So here you can see like previously the same people were known as a recruitment, the people or the team was known as a recruitment team, or the people who are working as a talent acquisition team, they used to called as a recruiter before. But now yeah, the major difference between talent acquisition and recruitment is talent acquisition is more strategic. Okay, when the people get a requirement for hiring new people, they are more strategic on hiring those roles. So where like how it has to be higher for how long, then how people should be considered. So all those aspect they are taking care, or they are considering, wherein recruitment is very short term compared to TA, because they just get a requirement, they find a people and they onboard a people. But this is very kind of role specific, not that structured way. So that is the major difference, and we'll learn more about talent acquisition in coming slides. Now let us understand the importance of talent acquisition. So every organization has a this team called talent acquisition. So what is the importance of that talent acquisition? So first of all, it is for the business growth, because it helps to fill the skill gaps and enable innovation. Uh, because see, in any business, they need a human resource to work for the organization, and based on that only any business can grow. So it is very important to fill those skill gap, and which will help organization to work more and more. So that is the one of the key aspect. The second one is competitive advantage, wherein hiring top leads, talent leads to better performance and differentiation. Employer branding, create a positive company image and attracting future talent. So talent acquisition team is also doing the employer branding. So it is not like the way I was telling the difference between talent acquisition and recruiter. So basically recruiter just jumping on the open position, and they are finding people and then onboarding. But here the talent acquisition also plays the important role, where they create a brand, employer brand. So that is also one of the important thing. The fourth one is cost efficiency, wherein proactive talent acquisition reduce the recruitment cost for a long run. So since they are very strategic, so they reduce the cost of hiring, because many times what happens if they hire a wrong person, then it is a additional cost, because if that person is not performing well, then again few days goes, so for those few days or few months company has to pay the salary, and again if that person is not doing well, they need to find another people, so there are a lot of cost impact. But when the talent acquisition role comes into the picture, they are more strategic, and we will see like what all process, what all strategy they use while interviewing people, and that help organization to hire a right person instead of hiring a wrong person. So we'll see in coming slides as well. So this also helps to reduce the cost. Now we'll see in detail like what is the difference between talent acquisition and recruitment. So recruitment is a short-term focus and filling immediate roles. Talent acquisition is a long-term focus, proactive, and building pipeline, engaging with potential candidates over a time. The key difference is TA is strategic planning, whereas the recruitment is a reactive hiring. Then TA is a candidate relationship, wherein recruitment is filling vacancies. So the major difference you can see, like in TA, they are focusing on the long-term hires, the proactive hires, assessing or projecting the needs of the business, wherein recruitment is a short-term or just feeling the people. That is the reason you can see here the key difference is strategic planning. Strategic planning in the sense they see the roadmap of the organization, the requirement of the organization. Based on that, they create a pool or they create openings, and they work on those openings, wherein the recruiter or the recruitment is very reactive. For example, if they get a requirement for one position, then they will start working, wherein talent acquisition basically creates the roadmap for the business as well. Like for example, if business wants to grow from this to this, then how many human resources will be required, what all skill set will be required, what all levels will be required. So based on that, they create a requirement and they start working on that. Also, when they get a requirement for hiring some roles, they create a relationship with the people as well who are looking for the job. It is not just find a people or find a person and onboard it. So talent acquisition also creates on a relationships, wherein they can create a relationship with the candidates, which will help us to avoid any abscond related issues, or the people who did not join. So such issues normally the organization faces. So candidate relationship also plays the very important role here. So, key components of talent acquisitions: workflow spanning, sourcing and attraction, selection and interviewing, hiring and onboarding, and creating and development. So, these are the key component of talent acquisition. We'll see each component in detail in the next slide. So, what planning is? Assessing need. So, understanding the current workforce and future gaps, aligning with business goal, ensuring the talent acquisition supports the company objectives, forecasting, predicting future hiring needs based on business growth, project, and market candidates, market conditions. So in previous slide, I said like how they work. So basically, they understand like what all the gaps are there in the organization, what all skill set shortage is there. So based on that, they ensure like sorry, what all skill set or what all people are needed for the company, they start searching for those people. They also align with the business objective, so that company can grow or the business can grow the way it has to be. They also do the predictive analysis, wherein what all roles or what all people may require in next 6 months, next 1 year, and based on that they start hiring hiring process, yeah, before that only, so that they can fulfill the role on time, and they can contribute in achieving business role, business objectives or business goals. sourcing and attraction strategies. So how basically they hire people, how basically they attract the people or onboard people. So most important is job advertisement, wherein they post job boards, company website and social media. So nowadays it is not just like go on the Naukri portal or hiring portal and just find the people. So basically what they do is they post job openings in multiple social media sites or company website, wherein they can get more requirement or more candidates. The second one is employee referral, wherein they can leverage the current employee network. So here basically what all existing employees they are having, they can give some rewards to the people, and they can leverage the current employees network, so that through referral they can get the trusted people for the organization. The third one is recruitment marketing, building an employer brand through content, culture, showcase, and events. So basically, this is also one of the way to hire a new to attract the new candidates or new talent by creating a brand. So that is the reason you can see nowadays most of the companies are focusing more on creating a brand building, right? So that people can get attracted and easily get the talent for the organization. The fourth one is talent pool and pipeline, wherein maintaining the list of pre-screen candidate for the future role. So what all candidates or people they get, they maintain the records for them, in the system or in the software, so that in future if the similar kind of opening will come, they can easily check their database and reach out to the same people for the faster getting the candidates. Selection and interviewing. So this is one of the important process while hiring any candidate. So we'll see the key process of selection. So first one is screening, wherein what they do is they review resumes, applications, pre-screen assessment to identify the qualified candidates. So this is very important, wherein when you are hiring new people, so you need to review the resume and application and find out the right person by doing the pre-screening assessment. Second one is shortlisting, wherein you can narrow down the pool of candidate based on key skill, experience, and qualification. So, like whenever there is any opening for any organization or any team, any operations, they share their job description or skill requirement along with the experience, education, and all that. So while shortlisting, they see those things like whether the skills are getting matched with the job description, their experience is getting matched to the requirement, their qualification. So all those things they see, and then only they go for the next step, that is the interview step. So under interview there are multiple type of interviews process, or the ways. So we can see like structured interview, behavioral interview, and technical interview. So we'll see what it is. So structured interview is used for standardized set of question for all candidates to ensure fairness and consistency. So wherein in this process basically the type of questions are similar, so that they can, for example, if there is a campus hiring, so they cannot ask different question and then compare the candidates. So in that case what they do is they do a structure interviews, wherein the set of questions are similar, so that out of 50 similar batch they can find the right person who gave the best answer. The second one is behavioral interview, wherein they assess how the candidates have handled the situation in the past using the star method. Star method is what? Situation, task, action, and result. So basically we need to dig down when behavioral interview basically what happens with the experienced people, like they do a digging. Through digging, like they can ask multiple questions, the situational questions or task related question, action related question, or the result what they got. So how for example, if there is one situation, how you handle that situation, how you work on that task, if that task was successful or not successful, failed or success. So in that case how you worked. So based on star method basically they assess the people. The third one is technical interview, wherein they evaluate the candidate based on technical expertise, problem solving skills. So it can be, for example, if the person is a cloud architect or a cloud engineer or a Linux administrator or a Windows administrator. So based on that, they ask a question like what kind of expertise he is having in that domain. Based on that, they identify the right candidate. The cultural fit assessment, wherein determine if the candidate is aligned with the company values, work environment, and team dynamics. So every company has a different work culture, right? The person has to be aligned with that so that they can avoid the absconding related issues. Hiring and onboarding. So we'll see what hiring process is. So the first process is offer letter, wherein they extend the formal offer, including role, compensation, benefit, and expectations. So when the candidate is shortlisted, then they need to give the formal document called offer letter, wherein they can provide the what kind of role is offered, what is the compensation is offered, what all benefits are given by the company to the candidate, and the expectations. So what is expected from that candidate. So under the offer letter or in the offer letter, all those things are mentioned so that transparency is maintained. The second one is negotiation. Address any concern or request regarding the salary, benefits, or terms before finalizing the offer. For example, if the offer is given to the candidate, now candidate may have some question or concern, so negotiation has to be done. For example, if, sometimes candidate is not convinced or not agree with the role. For example, if the candidate is looking for the senior developer role, and the organization has offered the just a developer role, so then those negotiation needs to be done, like role needs to be changed, or compensation need to be changed, or benefits they need to be changed. So all that negotiation are being done. Then the third thing comes into the part is the offer acceptance. So all the negotiation is done, then candidate has to accept the offer so that TA team can confirm the start date or the joining date for the candidate. Now the next process come into the process is the onboarding process. Now in onboarding also there are multiple things what they need to do. So we'll see the pre-onboarding process, wherein they send the welcome kit or the documentation or the joining thing related things to the people, so that the pre-onboarding can complete in the before their joining. The second thing is first day orientation, wherein they introduce the company culture, value, and mission, so that people should be aligned with, or they should aware like what is the culture, what is the business values and mission and vision, so that they will be aligned with that, and similarly they can contribute for the organization. Introduce key team members and leadership, so that they will be aware like with whom they are going to work, what is the leadership, who all part of leadership, so that they should be aware like who is the leadership, who is driving the organization. Provide IT related equipment, access, and workspace, so that they can get the laptop and the required access to the system, so that they can start working when they join the company. Also they should be aware like where they are going to sit, which table or which row, which floor. So workspace setup also need to be done on the day one. Another one is providing training and development, wherein role specific training to ensure job readiness and access to the resource and ongoing learning opportunities. So when the person joins the organization, we need to provide them a role specific trainings, and give access to the ongoing learning opportunities, so that the person should be aware like what all projects he is going to work, what all deliverables are there, so that when he is aware like what are the deliverables, what are the responsibilities, then he can work well. The last thing is check-in and feedback. So when the person joins the organization, it is very important to do the regular checks in first month, or in 2 months or 3 months, so that what all issues he is facing or what all feedbacks he is having, we should take, so that it is best way, so that it will help us to improve or do the modification if it is needed. If something is good, we should appreciate that. The another thing is retention and development. So we'll see the retention strategies. So retention is like if the person wants to go out from the organization, or if we want our employee to stay for a long time, then what all strategies we can use to retain those talents. So first one is employee engagement, wherein a regular assess engagement levels through the survey and feedback. So we should continuously ask like whether they are enjoying their work, whether there are any changes are needed. Second one is recognize achievements and celebrate the milestone. So if any employee doing good, so we should do the rewards and awards, so that we can recognize their achievements and celebrate the success. The another one is career pathing, wherein offer a clear growth and advancement opportunities. Provide mentorship, coaching for the personal and professional development. So here, very important, like person should know like what they need to do. So when they have a clear picture, like what is expected, organization is expecting from that candidate, they can do it. And also if any person is needed some additional skills, so organization should provide a mentorship, coach those people, so that they can also improve their knowledge, their skills, and do well for the organization. The third one is work-life balance. It is very important, so that people can work beyond their roles and responsibility, or beyond their working hours, or with the interest. It is not forceful, but yeah, it is very important to give that freedom, that flexible work schedule, so that they can do well with the motivation. So what all we can do is we can provide the flexible work schedule, remote options, then wellness programs to promote their balance and reduce the burnout. So we should have enough people as well, so that they should have a work-life balance. Competitive compensation and benefits. The people has to ensure their salaries, benefits, and perks, so that it should be competitive. Then they will not feel like I am less paid, or I am not getting the proper benefits, so I will leave. So they will not get that thought. So that is the reason we need to ensure like competitive compensation and benefits are given. Now we'll see the development strategies. So continuous learning is very important if you wanted to stay in the competition. So offer access to training, certification, and skill building, so that they can continuously groom their self. They should do new courses, new trainings. They should achieve more certification, and keep up to the technology. In the latest trend. Success planning, wherein identify high potential employee and prepare them for a leadership role, ensure continuity and developing their talents within the organization. So we should continuously assist the people like who has a better talent, who has a good knowledge, good skills, and motivate them, or promote them for the new role, or new challenges. Performance management, wherein set the clear expectations with the regular feedback and performance review. Identify areas for the improvement and provide the support to help employee grow. So performance management is very important. When you do a continuous performance management, the person is well aware like where that person is lagging. If there is any scope of improvement, that person can focus on that and grow, learn new things, do new courses, new training, and keep himself to the level wherein organization is expecting. So it is very important to have a clear expectations, as well as the transparent feedback to the employee, so that they will be that person, he or she will be aware like where it's he or she, and what all things they need to improve. So this is all about talent acquisition. I hope you get the clear idea like what talent acquisition is, what all things can be done under talent acquisition. So if you want to become a talent acquisition, so you should be aware like what all things you need to do as a talent acquisition. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this session. So keep learning, stay tuned. Thank you. Good day.